Hello everyone, happy Friday. We are here for our third webinar of this series of 3 webinars that we did this week, our first official set of Zemit's aesthetic workshops. We're so excited to have you all here today. We already saw a couple of you tune in from different parts of the US, super exciting. My name's Sarah, I'm the social media manager here at Advanced Aesthetic and Zemit's. I am the face that you see on half of our videos, so I'd like to personally welcome you here today to our Microcurrent webinar. We will be discussing a few of our tips and tricks with our lovely trainer here in our Carlsbad, California office. She's going to go through the theory of microcurrent. Oh my goodness. She'll be going through the theory of microcurrent, best ways to provide the treatment itself, basically how the technology behind microcurrent works, and different hand pieces on our microcurrent device with a focus on our microcurrent gloves that we all know that you absolutely love. We did want to let you know that we are going to be giving you some business tips as well in terms of profitability, revenue, your investment in the system, and specifically our Zemit's microcurrent Adrenox system. And if you did watch our other 2 webinars, you know that we have some incredible discounts going on and ones that we'll be offering at the end. So make sure you stay tuned for those. Before I go into what we'll be talking about today, I just wanted to let you know that if you would like to, please go ahead and click on the little red bell icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We upload videos throughout the week just on different equipment that we have here at Advanced Aesthetic, with treatments and just everything that really you would want to see. So to dive into the topics that we're going to discuss today, the first topic is going to be microcurrent technology and the physics behind it. This will be with our lovely Tamara. We'll go into a deeper understanding of how the treatment works, along with a hands-on demo on how to achieve the best results. We do have a model here in our Carlsbad location. Then we'll be going into different FAQs on our microcurrent system, such as how much you want to charge for the treatment, your expenses per treatment, and the profitability you can expect, as well as how you can combine this service with other services that you are currently providing. After that, we'll go into the super fun and exclusive special webinar offers that we do have for this live stream today. And then finally, we will be going over different financing options, whether that's our in-house financing, third-party financing, whichever works best for you. So before I turn over the camera, I'd love to give another quick introduction on our beautiful trainer here in our Carlsbad, California location. She is one of our Zemit's trainers. She's been in the industry for over 30 years and has a specialty and knowledge when it comes to product formulation, master aesthetics, and really she just has a passion and drive for education, which is why she is one of our lovely trainers here at Advanced Aesthetic and Zemit's. So I'm going to have Helena go ahead and pan over to Tamara.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to our 3rd webinar. We're so excited that you're here. I have a lovely model here that has agreed to let me do some microcurrent on her with our gloves. We're going to be featuring our gloves with our demo today. So before we started the webinar today, I had a nice consultation with her and made sure that she was a great candidate for microcurrent. She is. She has no metal implants in her body. She does not have a pacemaker. So any kind of contraindication comes with the Adrenox. You have a complete consultation, so you won't leave anything to chance with your clients to make sure that they tick off on each box that they are good to go with microcurrent, and that way you can move forward with your treatment. A lot of times people ask, when will I do microcurrent? What part of my facial is microcurrent appropriate? And it's appropriate at any time after the cleanse, the peeling, after that part, and we've got fresh, clean skin. You can do it in the middle of the facial and end with something else. You can end with microcurrent. Because the current is passing through the muscle, past the skin to tone and tighten, to drain lymphatic, you won't undo what you're doing with microcurrent if you choose to do it towards the start of your facial. So with that, And what comes in your Adrenox manual, you will have treatment protocols. With this machine, we can do lymphatic drainage, and we're going to do that today. We also have muscle relaxation, and I'll explain that. And we draw it out for you so you're not wondering after training what you need to remember. Also, we have muscle stimulation for lifting and toning. So we're gonna do all three of these passes on our beautiful model here. The thing to remember with microcurrent is you always need a water-based gel to put down on the skin. This is your conductor, and this is what gives our client comfort when we're working in an area too. So keep in mind when we're working with the gloves, we need to put a barrier glove on ourselves so we don't pass the current through ourselves. I have my microcurrent gloves plugged in here already. So I will turn on my timer. I will set my intensity dial here low to start with because this is my client's first microcurrent treatment. So I'm going to turn that down for her comfort and adjust accordingly. Also, I'm going to do before and after pictures. I'm going to recommend that with you, with your clients. Do before and after pictures because they want to see the progress and you want to see the progress and see the things changing with their skin. So I'm going to start it here and I'm going to put a note in her file if she were my client where we started, my before picture, and then at the end I'm going to also put a note in my chart where we ended if I was able to turn that up a little bit on her first go with microcurrent. So I'm going to slip the gloves on with my protection gloves on. When you're using the gloves, there's a lot of little wires in here. So I'm going to pull my protective glove down so I'm not conducting the current through me. Clip on top. You have a lot of flexibility with microcurrent gloves. Everything that, all the wands that come with our Adrenox, you can do every modality with just the gloves on. I haven't started it yet, but when I do have this machine going, this is not something you want to do, put the gloves together, because then the current is passing through the gloves. So we'll always keep our hands apart. The other thing to remember is you have to have wet gloves. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and put some conductive gel on my client. And I'm going to work in sections. The reason is because our body soaks up these water-based gels pretty fast. So we're going to start low and we're going to end up high. We're going to start with lymphatic drainage. Beautiful. On the Adrenox, it spells it out for me. Body, décolleté, face, and eye. So there's no guessing. I don't have to wonder, what did my trainer say? Oh yeah, she said for lymphatic drainage, if I'm gonna do the face, I'm gonna push the face button. And once that's pushed, the timer starts to count down. I have my intensity low, and I'm going to follow my guide. I'm gonna get my gloves wet. That's a must. Have a little bowl of water here. Get the drips out, and then I'll push start. So for lymphatic drainage, if I need to follow my guide, it's there. And we're going to drain the lymph fluid that might be in her face. Okay, got my intensity dial where I want it for beginning. So for lymphatic drainage, we're gonna always start at the center of our face and we're going to drain the lymph out to the sides of the face. So if she has any puffiness, I can address that in my lymphatic drainage. You have beautiful skin. Very, very pretty. Now while I have my gel on this area of her face, always avoiding the thyroid, down through the throat, middle of the throat here. We've had a prior conversation about wanting to tone up and tighten through her oval here. So while my gel is fresh and I have finished lymphatic drainage on my client, I can go ahead and do some muscle stimulation to tone and tighten. I'm going to put my fingers here. I'm going to uncross myself, and I'm going to come up and meet that. 3 passes. Then I'm going to come up just a tiny bit higher and give a nice lift. Got a lot of heavy muscles in our face. Some of them cross over quite a bit, so that's muscle layered. With microcurrent, just remember that when we're working around our guest or our client's mouth, they're going to get a metallic taste in their mouth, and that's completely normal and happens to everybody. It's common. When we work up towards the eye area, they're going to more than likely get a blue flash inside their optic nerve when you're doing an eye treatment, and that is normal too. The microcurrent machine, our Adrenox, it mimics the brain's current that talks to our muscles and our nerves. So we're just taking that technology and zeroing in on an area that we want something to happen. So with this beautiful model, as you can see, she has some lines coming off of her eye here, so I can do 2 things with that. I can relax a pattern that I'm seeing in my client. So this is a pattern because she's happy and she smiles a lot. We don't want her to stop doing that. So I can go ahead and come on in and relax that with a mild current. And if you can come in tight on this, you can see the benefits of doing that. Then she wants to do, there's some gel. We want to do lymphatic drainage. And she wants me to address her brow so it doesn't start to give over the bone. A little more gel. I'm working one side of the face where the camera is, but of course I would copy this on the other side. Do you have any questions? Go ahead and feel free to ask. How does that feel? How is the current for you?
It's very comfortable.
That's exactly what we want. Remember, her comfort is the gel. So if your guest or your client has a bit of a hooded brow starting, you can absolutely help her lift that up. Muscle has memory. I'm gonna come back. So we can change it up. This is the point that I hope that you can get, is we can change it up. If we want to address stimulation, we've got that. We're going to do lymphatic drainage always. If my client had a lot of forehead lines going this way, then I would do a relaxing motion to relax lines that are specific on my client's face based on a conversation. But with this client, we want toning and lifting and lymphatic drainage. Is it okay if I put a little gel on your neck and do a lift there? I might
Yes.
have a little bit on your shirt. Is that okay? And unless I put my other hand on her face, I'm gonna apply the gel, and she's not gonna feel the current because I have to have the negative positive charge. So doing an application without the other hand touching, not going to give her a current until I put both there.
What would you say, Tamara? How long does the microcurrent treatment last for?
It can last for just an eye treatment if you're trying to introduce microcurrent to someone who's a little bit apprehensive, but you can do up to an hour a week. Our timer is set for 30 minutes, so that's based.
And what would you say, how many treatments are needed for the client to see the actual difference?
On average, about 8 treatments. If I'm doing localized, I can just use one finger. If I have someone with a larger area, I can use 2 or 3 fingers. And I'm not afraid to give it a lift while I'm doing that.
Tamara, what would you say if people have metal in their body?
They're not a candidate for microcurrent. It will arc inside their body to the piece of metal. So if they have a rod in their back or a pin in their foot, they're going to feel this current move right down to where the metal is.
What about someone with thyroid problems?
Not a good candidate unless it's under control and they bring you a doctor's note would be my recommendation. Thyroid problems versus thyroid disease, you know, there's a lot of gray there. So cover yourself as an esthetician and make sure that they bring that note so that you are not liable for something that maybe they don't know about, maybe their doctor, you know, have that conversation. They should have a conversation with their doctor about that. I'm avoiding the center of her throat where her thyroid is. All right, so what you just need to know is you've got a myriad of things you can do. Lymphatic drainage always. Give your client back their health for their lymphatic in their face, neck. And then stimulation and relaxation. If there's a pattern, a muscle pattern from expression lines, you can relax that. And then stimulate and lift and tone the muscle at the same time.
Interesting question we had with thyroid problems. What about dental implants?
Dental implants are not a good candidate for this. If they still have any kind of filling in their teeth, that's fine. But according to our protocols, we recommend non-dental implants because that's a titanium rod that's holding that tooth into the bone.
Does this equipment come with any other handpieces?
It does, and Sarah's going to review all of those as soon as we're done. The trick to the gloves, though, is you can bypass all those handpieces and do everything with your magic gloves.
It's very relaxing and I'm feeling very comfortable.
Very good, very good. All right. Would you like me to even you up on this side? Please, please.
More, please.
Okay. I know we'll be off camera a little bit, but that's okay. You need to have your toning, tightening, lymphatic, all evened up. So I'll make a note for her file if she was my client that it was comfortable, she was happy. Note what my setting was. I'm going to turn it up again. And do a little lymphatic. Oh, we already did lymphatic. That's right. will map this out for you, everyone, with your Adrenox. You will have easy guides to follow, and until it becomes second nature to you in your treatments, you just have your little guide down to the side when you're working on your client.
What kind of conducting gel are we using, Tamara?
Any water base is fine. We have ultrasound gel here, but any water-based gel works great. I'm going to do a little muscle relaxation right here on her happy lines. I'm going to smooth those out. Very nice. Let me go this way a little bit too. So look for patterns. Look for patterns in your client's face from their expressions. I have a lot of accordion lines over here. For some reason, I don't have a matching set. I'm not quite sure what happened. But I do have a very crooked smile, so I'm always working on accordion lines to relax that. But I refuse to quit smiling, so that's just going to be what it is. I can tell you refuse to quit smiling too. Do some lymphatic drainage. If your client has a lot of under eye puffiness given to her genetics, you can do a lot to help with that. But a realistic conversation to have with your client in that case is that is something genetic, and it will come back because our genetics are what they are. So that's okay.
We have a question. Can you do microcurrent with a knee or hip replacement?
No metal implants at all. That's just across the board.
And can we see the results after first treatment?
You will, but the results will not last more than, 14, 15 hours because the muscle memory, it's not repeated enough, like going to the gym once. You feel great, you look great, and you never go back again. So then the muscle goes back to where it was. So you will absolutely see a difference, but to get the long-term, commit to about 8 to 10 treatments depending on what you're working on with your age, the health of your skin, the give, the things that you're trying to accomplish. And then just once a month maintenance is great. Plus lifestyle, of course. I know there's always going to be clients that push, and if you're conflicted about if they're a candidate for this, just cover yourself by asking for a doctor's note, and then you are covered. All right. How do you feel? I keep asking you, and you keep telling me the same thing.
I feel balanced now.
Okay, good. Wonderful. Any more questions? We're good?
I think we're good right now, yeah.
All right. Perfect. Well, thank you for being a part of our demo. It was fun. And please feel free to contact all of our locations. Come in and see me. I'll demo this. If you are a candidate for this, I'm happy to demo this for you in our Carlsbad location. And I'm sure our Plano, Texas location as well as Fort Lauderdale, they will accommodate that too.
We got a question though.
Yes.
Can we infuse serums with the microcurrent?
If they are water-based, they will infuse, but any oil-based serum is a barrier, so it won't infuse with oil-based. But water-based with the water gel, yeah, I think it's great.
What's the difference between the gloves and the second probe system? Is it the same?
The gloves and the what?
The probes that we use for the
Yes.
handpieces.
The gloves are just here for ease. You can do everything that all the probes do. So if, like I said, if I were introducing microcurrent to my client and she, we've had conversations through her facials that she wants to address, it's her eyes or it's her oval, give through her oval. I can do everything with the gloves, or I can just take out my probes, because there is some maintenance with these. You need to wash them with antibacterial soap, and you need to let them air dry. That's how you keep them in great shape. And you can go right into another treatment right after you've done that. Wash them out, done a little cavicide on them, rinse the cavicide out, and then they're good to go because they're already wet and disinfected. So there is no difference between the gloves and the other wands except ease. You can do everything. You don't have to switch off the eye treatment piece to the other discs and back and forth. You can do everything with the gloves, and that's why the gloves are great.
People are asking us, they see our beautiful banner here. Could we do microcurrent with Hydrolux?
I recommend it 150%. Please do that. Yes. Hydrolux, beautiful peeling cleansing solution. Get that dead skin off. Do your microcurrent facial. You're just going to drink a lot of water, like always, to drain the lymph that I have moved to the lymph nodes, to drain that out through the waist.
Perfect. And Sarah was going to talk about the other probes we had, right? Are you ready? Thank you, Tamara. You've been wonderful.
Anytime.
That was awesome. I'm relaxed just from watching it. Alright, so let's get into the fun stuff. Before I get into our frequently asked questions about the microcurrent, I did want to touch, if you saw here, I do have a set of the other 3 sets of probes that you receive with your Adrenox. So aside from the awesome gloves that Tamara just demonstrated, since they are very eye-catching and everyone wants to know how these work, it does come with more standard, I would say, microcurrent probes. So the 3 different sets that you will receive with the Adrenox are going to be first the Q-tip ones. So on these, what you'll do is you'll soak them, and that's what's going to conduce the actual microcurrent current to produce the treatment. You will use the wooden Q-tips, and they need to be cut down and just right there so that it does, feel the current. And this is going to be used for a more gentle microcurrent treatment. So this is going to be used around the eyes, around the mouth, and it's just a much gentler treatment compared to the ball probes right here. So like I said, the Q-tips, you would just soak them, and then you would work along those same places that you really want to target it, but in a more gentle way. So for crow's feet, around the eyes, the 11, smile lines, things like that, especially if they have sensitive skin, you would want to work with the Q-tips. Then the next set of tips that we'll have here are going to be the ball probes right here. These are going to be your more standard ones that you'll be working on. I would say they're the most common ones that you see when working microcurrent. These can be used, again, like Tamara was saying, to kind of work against any smile lines that you have. Same thing with the 11s, any forehead lines that you've got, you can work with these. Depending on the sensitivity of your client with the Adrenox, you can adjust that intensity between 40 and 800 microampules, so it does have a pretty wide range in terms of intensity that you can work on. This again is just going to work for the general face area. You can use it, like I said, the eyes, forehead, cheeks. And then of course the last one that we have here before the gloves is going to be the disc probes. Now these are going to be used so well when it comes to décolleté treatments. So if you have a more mature clientele, they start getting those aging lines right down the chest area and things like that. You can really work with the disc probes to kind of not iron them out, but just kind of relax those lines there with the microcurrent, as Tamara said, just kind of working that muscle and really regenerating with the microcurrent over time. As Tamara did mention, this isn't just a one treatment type thing, but they can definitely see a lot of improvement after that first session. But it will only be for, half a day to a day recurring. And make sure you do your regular maintenance with the microcurrent and things like that. So those are the 4 sets of probes that you get all together with the Zemitz Adrenox. Very flexible. You can really customize it depending on what exactly your client needs. Alright, so let's go into the most frequently asked questions when it comes to Zemitz Adrenox or microcurrent in general. The first question that we get very, very regularly is how much should you charge for one session of microcurrent? One session of microcurrent based on our clients' experiences is going to be between $150 to $180. Now, this is including the microcurrent as your base treatment that you'll be doing, but of course you will be working anywhere between 45 to 60 minutes. You can go up on your price range depending on what you charge them. On what you treat them with. And of course you will be doing this along with other treatments. So you can do your massage, you can do masks, you can do exfoliation before the microcurrent. Like our Hydrolux is an excellent system to use pre-microcurrent. And then that'll really determine exactly what it is that you're charging for your clients. But you can definitely play with that price range depending on if microcurrent is the facial that you're doing, if the microcurrent's just an add-on. Either way, it's a really great treatment to give to your clients. Next question, which is really great when it comes to microcurrent, is what is your consumable cost per treatment? Considering that all you're using for the microcurrent, aside from the system itself, is going to be conductive gel and just disposable gloves, you can expect to, and this is pushing it, expect to spend about 15 to 25 cents per treatment. And that's considering just the little amount of gel that you'll be using, and then of course those disposable gloves. If you buy in bulk, that cost goes down. So you can really be super flexible and make about 99 to 100% of profit with your treatment. So that's a great benefit of microcurrent, is that the machine itself really does the work. All you need is that gel, which if you're an esthetician working with any other type of conductive treatment such as a cavitation, radio frequency, mesotherapy, you probably, chances are, have a conductive gel laying around already. So you can definitely go ahead and use that with your microcurrent and keep your consumable costs under control. Next question is one that I did mention: how strong is the microcurrent of our Atronox? This one does go between 40 and 800 microampules. Very wide range, so you can really play with that intensity for each individual client that you have come and lay in your bed for 45, 60 minutes, 20 of those, 30 minutes of those on the microcurrent itself. Then the next question: how soon can you expect your return on investment with these Zemits Atronox specifically? Now, based on our clients' experience, you can expect a 100% return on investment within 4 to 6 weeks. That's, depending on if you have your existing clientele already, you're established, you can really target those clients that you already have existing, or if you're building a new clientele for the first time, you're having to bring them in and just kind of market yourself for the first time, maximum 6 weeks. Even less depending on the price of our system, which is on a great offer, and we'll get to that in a little bit. Next question we get: what can be your profit margin for the Atronox? Now, getting into this, like I had mentioned, there's virtually no consumable cost for this one, considering you can use microcurrent gel and buy it in bulk. You can use disposable gloves. These are two things that you probably already have in your treatment room. So saying that you're making 100% profit on this and you're charging absolute minimum $120 for, let's say, a 30-minute treatment. If you're doing 2 of those treatments a day at $120, you're making $240 in a single day. Now, if you are working 4 days of the week, I know we mentioned this with the other treatments as well, just 4 days out of the week. If it's more, even better. But if you're just working 4 days a week, 2 treatments per day with the microcurrent, that's 30-minute treatments, you can expect to make $960 in 1 week. That's charging the minimum, doing 4 days, 2 treatments a day. And that means that in a month you'll be making $3,840. And that's profit that you're making 100% off of the Zemits Atronox. So you can use it to pay off the system if you decide to do financing. You can do that to invest in new systems and new innovative treatments that you can bring into your space. So it is 100% profit for you as a business owner, whether you're an independent esthetician, whether you work out of someone else's space. It is really important and really exciting to know that you'll be making so much profit from a system alone. Then our next frequently asked question that we added here is: how can I combine Atronox with other systems? Microcurrent is an excellent system for you to add with basically any other treatment. I know we did mention our Hydrolux. Hydrolux is a great candidate because you are doing that mechanical and chemical exfoliation previous to this treatment. So in that case, you would do a Hydrolux, then you would do your Atronox treatment, and then you can finish with the Hydrolux oxygen infusion. So that's a really great combination. You can do a manual exfoliation and then do your microcurrent and follow it with a radio frequency or LED, oxygen therapy. Different combinations that you can do with microcurrent are very, limitless, I would say. You can combine it with basically anything if you're doing masks, peels. The good thing is that this is not an abrasive treatment. It's not something that's going to peel. So you can definitely combine it with different types of treatments to give them kind of that very luxurious treatment. And they'll definitely see results even in the first session with the microcurrent. So the good thing about that is they trust you, they can see the results, and then that way it is easier to sell in bundles and packages, as you should anyways, because they do want to come back to get that recurring treatment done with microcurrent. So now the good stuff, now that we got through the frequently asked questions, is that special webinar offer. Now we are super, super excited that you all are tuned in here for this webinar. This is our last one of this week, but we will be back with more. But if you've tuned into our other webinars this week, welcome back and welcome to a new set of offers for this one. So for our existing clients, if you are watching again, I'm sure you've heard the offer before. If you haven't, get ready because this is a really good one that we're excited about. If you are an existing Zemitz client, whether you have a portable device or a Hydrolux, a body system, lasers, whatever it is, if you are an existing Zemitz client, we are offering you, for joining us in this webinar here and just commenting what system it is that you have, we are giving you a gift certificate of $750, and this is valid for 6 months. That means you can use it for our Black Friday sale coming up. You can use it for any future sales. Even if, down the road you decide you want to purchase, or next week you decide you want to purchase, you do have that $750 gift certificate, which is super, super exciting. It's just our way of saying that we appreciate you all for being a part of our family. Now, for our new clients that are tuning into our webinar today, whether it's your third webinar of the week or your first one of the week, we are also giving you an exclusive discount on our Zemitz Adrenox microcurrent system right here. She's so beautiful. For this, what we're doing is our normal price of $2,250 is going to be bumped down to $1,390. That's almost $1,000 saving on that one. Basically what we're doing is we're giving you our Black Friday sale price on this system. You don't have to worry about us, selling out during Black Friday and having to wait. Basically you're getting first dibs on it, and you are also getting a free gift if you purchase online with our exclusive webinar promo code. You will be receiving our absolutely incredible skin scrubber right here. I personally have it. I love it. You can use it at home. You can use it in your treatment room. It is professional grade. So we will be giving you one of these completely free with your purchase of Adrenox. Another super exciting thing we have going on our Advanced Aesthetic and Zemitz website, we do have our skin scrubber on sale right now. It's normally $179. If you wanted to purchase just the skin scrubber, you can do so for only $99, which is super exciting. And then that promo code is Webinar Adrenox. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the comments for you all right now. And you can use that towards the purchase of the Adrenox if you are interested in our pre-launch of the Black Friday price for you all, and receive your free skin scrubber gift. That will be valid for today only. Of course, like I had mentioned 2 days ago for our Hydrolux webinar, we don't want you all to feel pressured. Of course, this is the same price that we'll be going on for our Black Friday sale, which is coming up next week. So if you needed time to think on that, you definitely can. You won't get the free gift, but you'll still get that incredible, incredible discount without, having to wait. So you can either do that now, you can do that in a week, and you'll still get that same incredible offer. We'll have it going on Black Friday, that Saturday, Sunday, and Cyber Monday. So you'll have 4 days to get this same exclusive price if you need time to think on it. Financing. I know we get so many questions in terms of the financing that we offer here at Advanced Aesthetic. We do have different options depending on what level you're at. We have a third-party financing. We work through Quick Spark. What they do is you go online and you fill out a quick application with us. Basically what they'll do is they'll do a credit check, background check based on how many years you've been open, a few different factors. They'll give you a low interest rate for up to 36 months. So if you are interested in something more long-term, you can definitely apply for that. Or if you're interested in something with no interest, we do have the in-house financing plan here at Advanced Aesthetic. We don't do credit or background checks, and we give you up to 6 months of interest-free financing. We have 4 different plans to choose from, well 2 to 4 depending on the system that you choose. And like I said, all of those are completely interest-free. We've helped so many estheticians really take off using our financing programs, especially starter ones. I know that sometimes it can be really intimidating getting into this industry and jumping into investments like this, but our financing plans allow for total financial freedom in this for you to really get started comfortably with your business. So you're more than welcome to take advantage of our pre-Black Friday sale already on our website now, and get into one of those financing plans if that's something that you are interested in doing. So what else? Yeah, that's really all we have for you today. We are so happy that you've tuned in with us here on this last day of our webinars just for this week. We promise we'll be back with more. I hope that you all had the chance to tune in for our other 2 live streams that we had this week, Hydrolux or Cavitation. If you didn't get a chance to see those, just let us know in the comments or give us a call. We're happy to send you the links to watch those. Remember that with the purchase of your Adrenox, you do receive a 30-day return policy as well as a 2-year warranty, lifetime client support. You get a free training with our beautiful Tamara or our trainer in Fort Lauderdale, Ileana. Both of them are absolutely wonderful. We love them so much, and we love you all so much for tuning in. And we will see you next time, you guys. Have a great weekend and happy holidays.